Alex Sterling Calder sundial, Fairmount Park, Philadelphia. Check it out. Really incredible piece here. Really intricate sundial. And check it out, the hourglass of time. And yeah, I'm thinking about time today. And how do we spend our time? Maybe we should be more wise and critical about how we spend our time while we are alive. Very simple thought, right? What are you giving attention to? And how are you utilizing time itself, right? Where I find where my attention is focused on determines everything, right? For instance, while in nature, while surrounded by this beautiful park, I'm spending my time contemplating. I'm spending my time within myself, and the external world, the distractions, are not in sight, right? I quite literally can only see natural things despite some of the vehicles that drive beyond that fence. And yeah, this period of reflection, of contemplation, of walking through nature is sacred within my everyday routine, where this is almost like medicine for me, and it's a way for me to meditate upon walking and to sort of just be here right now without much external stimuli other than the sounds, the sights, the smells of nature. And so when I consider time and the way in which we spend our time, yeah, maybe it's most wise for us to remove external stimuli and distractions. And I believe this because a lot of the news, a lot of the things that we get bombarded with through social media, through the phone, through the television, it almost alters our perception of reality in a very negative way. And I think that this is what causes mass neurosis. This is what causes anxiety. And we get caught up with things that are really out of our control. And so maybe the goal should be to remove things that are out of our control completely, right? Where what's going on overseas, what's going on in Washington, D.C., even, frankly, I find to be irrelevant and not something in our control right now. And so maybe by removing that from your attention and focusing your time on things that you truly deem to be worthy, such as going for a nice walk, making art, spending time with people that you love, these things are more important, and yeah, maybe align better with our use of time. And so I think that with our attention and how we focus our attention, this will ultimately determine our emotional state as well, where, when you're in nature and you watch the way that the leaves wiggle in the wind, and these sort of simple things like birds flying about or squirrels climbing trees, you remove these distractions from your reality and ultimately find peace amongst the chaos of modern and urban life, where I currently live in Philadelphia, in an urban city, but find that by being surrounded with nature, I am at peace. And so how can we eliminate these distracting, chaotic things from our lives? Yeah, I actually think it's extremely simple. It's just a matter of your attention and how you are spending your time. So maybe we should be most wise about these thoughts and where they arise from. If you're thinking about something on the TV, if you're thinking about someone else on their Instagram or whatever, I think this is something that we really should strive to eliminate as much as possible, because it's actually extremely irrelevant. And yeah, this becomes more difficult in the modern world, where the weapon of mass distraction, it's within our front right pocket, it's the iPhone. And yeah, maybe the ultimate goal should be to find a way to live and design your life where you are no longer dependent on your time being determined from external stimuli Think of a text message, think of an email, think of an alarm. You know, how can we remove these things from our lives? I think that it is possible to design your life in a way where you are no longer dependent on time itself being this determining factor for when you have to do something, how you're going to do something. And yeah, I think it's a matter of you being more critical about time itself and what you're spending your time doing and how you are sort of carving your day out and what you're giving attention to. So yeah, maybe try to align yourself similar to the sundial with the light, you know, with the sun. You sort of rise with the sun, sleep with the sun, disregard notions of time, and see if you can design a life where you are no longer a slave to time. You know, maybe this is the ultimate way forward in a modern world of distractions and external stimuli. How could you live your life without an iPhone? Is it possible for you? Or are you a slave to it? To time, to the alarm, to this hour, to the next hour, to the notification, to the news, to the media? You know, how can we remove these things and design a life of peace and tranquility amongst the chaos? Is it possible? Yeah, I'd say so. Just think more critically about what you're spending your time doing and what you're giving your attention to. Hey, look at this. Jesus paid it all. Sin, shame and regret, lies and deceit, immorality. Paid in full on the cross. Oh man, this is amazing. It's so funny.